Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here in the mighty metropolis of Barney, Iowa, one of Baxter Cycles. We're in a vintage, one of the vintage bike shops, but we're not going to be looking at a vintage bike unless you consider 2018 a vintage. I think this is a 2018 Triumph Bobber 1200 right there. And you know, as neat as that is, that's not the neatest part of this motorcycle. The motorcycle itself is a fabulous machine. We call it the Frankenstein bike. You're going to see why here in a second. Check this out. I remember coming to this shop, well, it must have been around 2018, and seeing this bike on the floor. And there it is. That's why it's called the Frankenstein bike. Check that out. This guy is a tattoo artist who did this. There is his Dirty Harry or whatever that is. I can't really read it right. 18 is the date. You know, specialized tank, flat cover, brass cap, high bars, lower down mirrors, you know, barrel grips, solo seat, you know, nice leather solo seat, bobber back end, plate holder like that. You know, it's a monoshock bike, so it looks like a rigid, just a highly stylized motorcycle. I saw this bike one time and then it sold. You know, it literally went right off the floor. And I never knew what happened to it. And you know, it was in my memory. I didn't have a picture of it, but I always thought about it, and I always wondered about it, and I even asked Harrison about it a few times. But, you know, quite the motorcycle. Well, anyway, it came back one day, and what's interesting about that is the guy that bought it, he bought it for art. You know, check it out. I mean, he bought it literally for the look. And why do I say that? Well, he bought it in 2018, and it's got 53 miles on it. So he never rode it. My guess is he had a shrine in his garage, or maybe he put it in his living room or something like that. And the bike, you know, it's literally a brand new bike. Vance and Hines pipes on it, you know, the custom paint. Again, I already talked about the other ads. So it's a motorcycle. This is a thing, you know, pure style bike here, pure style. I would start it up for y'all, but we're inside and I don't want to make much noise. You know, the big front tire with the spokes, the rakey front end, the tiny little 5-inch headlight. Look at that Triumph on the front there. The big single monocular, you know, gauge. The tall bars, you know, the 1200 on the side. You know, this is a parallel twin, liquid cooled 1200 cc. Puts out all kinds of power. You know, it looks like it has carburetors and an intake system. You know, these look like the old air filters, but this is actually fuel injected. There's an air box back here somewhere. You know. This looks like the transmission, like a pre-unit engine, you know, with a separate transmission and engine, but it's actually all part of one thing. This is actually a cover for the chain drive sprocket, and I think if you turn this out, you can check the brake fluid for the rear brake right here. Look at this, all cast pieces, you know, classic Triumph styling, classic Triumph quality. Just all kinds of goodies on there. There's the radiator for the front end, nicely hid back there. Boots on the front, you know, it's got that line, that's a tradition from Triumphs of old, you know, that kind of detail. Looks like halogen light, LED turn signals. Again, the monoshock's hidden in the back. It's got kind of the cone on the back here. That's another thing. The hub is a cone shape. That's another one of those things from days gone by. Big old disc brake on the back. Disc brakes on the front, single or dual. Big old single disc brake on the front. Look at that thing. Isn't that neat? Looks like a dual piston caliper. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. That's where the battery is, right down there. Very nice. It's a link suspension in the rear right there. It's really quite a motorcycle. I would love to ride that. Unfortunately, if you look out here, we got nothing but snow out there, and it's actually snowing still. So no motorcycle riding today, by golly. I'd love to own that, actually. It's really quite a piece of art, you know, motorcycle art, style, you know, and everything. This is motorcycle art from days gone by, you know, so is that. That's just pure fun, whatever that is. That just look, I rode one of these once, absolute fun, 441. Anyway, gorgeous motorcycle. Now, if y'all are interested in this bike or a near used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, like that, or that, I don't think that one's for sale. Get yourself over here to Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marney, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. They've got parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, coats, jackets, socks, underwear, helmets, anything you can imagine. They should be able to help you out. Hit like and subscribe. Now, if it's not snowing where y'all are at, like it is here, get out there and ride, my friends. Life is good. Wahoo!
Wahoo! Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wahoo! 3.